driver met us at the port right on time and where he said he'd be waiting with our name on the sign. Our tour ended up being about 2 hours, but we're pretty fast tourists and didn't spend a lot of time in any one location. The driver was very friendly and informative. This tour is a great way to have a nice overview of the island. We enjoyed our private 3-hour tour of Bonaire on February 18, 2025 with Hank. We chose to book this private tour with Hank through Eustatius because I wanted to see the island in an air-conditioned vehicle. I wasn't sure what mode of transportation was being offered through the cruise line excursions/tours. This tour was highly rated through Eustatius and I absolutely agree this is a 5-star tour. My husband and I wanted a quiet and personal tour to see and learn about the island. Hank was our tour guide and he was amazing. He shared the history and other interesting facts and stories about Bonaire. We saw donkeys wandering the island and flamingos in their natural habitat. Hank took us to the salt flats and explained the historical significance of the slave huts. Hank had a large map of the island in his car so we were able to follow along as we moved about the island. This tour exceeded my expectations. My husband and I really enjoyed our time with Hank and learning about his beautiful island home. Hank was really great. We had booked a private tour for 2 and he was very flexible when we asked if he could accommodate 2 more. He is a Bonaire native and was very knowledgeable about his island home and culture. We would recommend his tour for a really good overview of Bonaire. What a wonderful experience. Thank you, Hank, for a great tour of Bonaire. We got to see the highlights and so much more. I would highly recommend Hank's tour to anyone. It was just my husband and myself on the tour, but he can accommodate much larger groups. Hank is a great and pleasant tour guide. He gave us a wonderful tour of the island, dropped us off on a beach club for a couple of hours, then came back for us and left us on the cruise pier. Our guide/driver was a local for 20+ years and was well informed about the history and facts of the island, which we greatly appreciated. An excellent 3-hour private tour of the island of Bonaire. The guide was very knowledgeable, answering all our questions. He took us to the major sites and we feel we now know so much more about the island. This was a great tour. Hank was very knowledgeable and was very professional. The van was great and Hank had water available for us. We had enough time at each stop. Hank told us some personal stories about the island and answered all our questions and more. We learned things about the island that we would never have known without our local guide. Highly recommended.